Good afternoon, Doctora. I don't hear your voice.
Hello? Did you hear my sound? Did you hear my
Yes,
voice?
yes.
Okay.
It's okay
Hello.
now.
Hello.
Yes, yes, it's okay.
Okay.
And my voice, it's okay, Doctora?
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Clear. Just we have to wait the other speakers to join us, then we will start. We have 3 minutes more.
Good.
Hello, Dr. Ziad.
كده فكري بقى.
لا بالفكر. دكتورة سعاد.
هلا دكتور.
أهلا والسلامات دكتورة.
أهلا وسهلا.
أهلا السلامات. أنت بالأول تدير البانل ولا لا؟ لأنه عندك محاضرة بعدين.
أنا عندي محاضرة أي بالبداية. أنت شو تقول؟ أنا خلي أخذ أول اثنين أعرف عليهم، وبعدين أنت تتولى الثالث والرابع.
بالضبط بالضبط بالضبط.
أوكي أوكي
بالضبط. أوكي تمام تمام. عنوان المحاضرة الوضع الصحي للنازحين المقيمين في مجمع شارية وخانقة.
In English, Doctor. In English. Arabic not allowed.
Great English stand.
So it's the health condition. I think just I will try to open my presentation. It's not now, it's the last one. So it's too early to talk about my presentation.
بيعمل تالية. بيعمل تالية.
Health conditions of the internal displaced people. Do you want to write it? Okay, there are two more waiting them to join us, Dr. Anwar and Dr. Parveen. Good afternoon, dear panelists. This is Dr. Shaheen Abdullah from UOD. He's going to host your session. This is to inform you that this session is recorded. Sorry, Dr. Shaheen. Who's Dr. Shaheen? Dr. Shaheen?
Dr. Shaheen.
Yes.
Shaheen. It's woman.
Dr. Shaheen, who is he? He's going to host this session?
I think.
Okay. We are about to start. It's 2 minutes past 2. Hello, hello. أهلا, hello. والله هسه عندي سيشن مع المؤتمر، فبعدين إذا ممكن أخابرك. يلا باي باي مع السلامة. Hi, Dr. Parveen.
Hello.
How are you?
Good evening from Bangladesh. I'm fine.
Good afternoon from Iraq.
Yeah, here it's 5 p.m. in Bangladesh.
And we are 2 p.m. in Iraq. Dr. Saad Badrika.
Okay, maybe I'm the second presenter of this session.
Yeah, sure. Dr. Riving, the first speaker, followed by you, then Dr. Anwar, and the last one is mine. But just we are waiting Dr. Anwar and Dr. Shaheen, as they said she's going to host this session.
Okay. So if I'm not wrong, we have 15 minutes for the presentation, for the
Yes.
speech, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And after the 15 minutes, the questions and answers will be postponed at the end of the last speaker. After all speakers end, then we will start the questions and answers.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm hosting the session in terms of any technical issues. Dr. Saad, you are the moderator, and with Dr. Siad, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. So you both are going to run the session, and yeah, I mean you're the moderators. So I will be with you for any technical help.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank
you're
you
welcome.
for your kind support.
The floor is yours. Yes, please.
Thank you. Okay. Should we start now? Is that okay? Or because there is another speaker wasn't join us yet. Sorry, Dr. Shaheen. Okay, I think because the time start at 2, so let's start the first speaker, then maybe Dr. Anwar will join us after that. So, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening for everyone joining us from everywhere, depending on the time that you are in. It's a great pleasure to be here participating in this forum. First of all, I would like to express my thanks to the organizing committee, in particular, Professor Dr. Amal Amin and Dr. Suhad Yassin and all the team of the organizing committee. Also, I would like to congratulate all of you on your very successful conference. Your efforts were highly appreciated and unforgotten. It's my honor to accept your invitation to host this session of the World Forum for Women in Science, which has been organized by the University of Duhok with the Women in Science Without Borders initiative. It's a great pleasure to have you all, our respectful speakers of this session. Let's first of all, just we will start the first speaker, who is Dr. Riving Ali. So I want firstly to welcome our first speaker, Dr. Riving Ali. I will just give you a brief introduction to Dr. Ali. Dr. Ali has joined the physics department in the year 2000, and then he has got the MSc 2010 and the PhD on 2020 in nuclear physics from the College of Science at the University of Duhok. The general area of interest is the study of environmental radiation, pollution detectors, and radiation protection. He has participated in the site phase of Module 12, Personal Dosimetry, of the European Training and Education of Medical Physics in Radiology from April 14 to April 22nd, 2016. In Germany, he participated in the course at the Institute of Medical Physics, University of Applied Sciences. Also, in Germany, as a partner of the DAD project, Medical Engineering in Northern Iraq in the period to 25th of April to 15th of October 2016. He has published his works in highly respected peer-reviewed international scientific journals and had a poster and a presentation in national and international scientific meetings. Dr. Ali, you are welcome. The floor is yours. You can start your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is Riving Ali. I'm from University of Doha College of Science. Firstly, I would like to thank the University of Doha and Women in Science Without Borders initiative for organizing this conference. My presentation today is about radionuclide concentration analysis of Doha at the air atmosphere by gamma spectroscopy. Introduction. Today, the issue of environment pollution has become an important topic to be discussed at international level. Atmospheric air is directly related to human health, and it is irreplaceable to human life, and thus an essential parameter of environmental science. The natural radioactivity distribution, as well as the man-made pollution in environment, has become a big problem in this century. The study has been conducted for the first time in Kurdistan region, even in Iraq. The primary objective of the study is to monitor their concentration in air particle of the density to predicate amount of radiation exposed by inhalation or an ingestion of the particulate matter air suspension deposited on vegetation or produced derived from animals. Study area. The geographical location of Duhok city. Duhok province is in the far northwest of Iraq, so it is from the western governorate in Kurdistan region of Iraq. Its position is endowed with strategic importance since it is a point of joint among three parts, Syria, Turkey, Iraq, as shown in this figure. The province lies in the portable area, which means between the wavy area and the high mountains area. It has border with the province of Nineveh to the south and Erbil to the east. The general shape of the province in the Duhok is irregular rectangle. Samples were selected in 4 different sites in Duhok Governorate according to 4 criteria, such as traffic lights, street and residential and industrial area. A low volume air sampler pump with Wattman glass microfiber filters, 37 mm, are used to collect air dust. A total of 40 air samplers were collected on a high collection efficiency glass fiber filter at constant flow rate 2.5 liters per minute during 10 hours by a low volume air sampler pump. The first 20 air samples had been collected for all locations through 2 months of dry season, and other 20 air samples are from the same location through 2 months of wet season. Air pump calibration performed using a precise rotometer before and after each day of sampling. The air pump has been calibrated within ±5% of the throw reading. Air pumps calibration performed using a precision rotometer that has been calibrated. Sample collection. The set of air sampler system pump with filter, as shown in this figure, was designed and placed outdoor at 1.5 meters above the ground in order to protect the system from the weather condition. The equipment is housed in a small side open metal portable cabinet. The equipment has been successfully applied to collected atmosphere samples from different locations of the whole city. Sample preparation. Before and after samples collection, the weight of each filter is measured by the sensitive balance with 0.001 milligram scale to get the correct weight of contamination on the filter and keep in polyethylene bags for measurements. Sampling for Ursulas. Filtration is method of choice. Filter defined by the composition, diameter, and pore size. Filter type selected primarily for the compatibility with the analytical method, and there are many types of filter, but in this research we use glass microfiber filter, and the property of this filter is high retention efficiency even at high flow rate, and the other properties is it is high loading capacity and by its smooth surface and unaffected by temperature up to 500 centigrade. The collection efficiency remains 98% and more, and this type of filter used for a wide range of environmental research and other applications. Filter cassette. Filter cassette, plastic cassette hold filter paper. Filter collected total dust. Filter diameter is 37 millimeters as shown in this figure, and the structure of the cassette consists of the rotating ring. Down the rotating ring we have filter paper, and down the filter paper we have the pad to support the filter paper. This is mechanical schematic of the cassette, how to particulate matter come to this cassette. Here, the large jet low velocity equal to the large particle collection, and the small jet high velocity equal to the some particle collection. Laboratory work, concentration of the PB shell. Here, the detector is surrounded by 4 pi geometrical 6 centimeter thick of lead shell, an additional 2 millimeter thick, 2 millimeter thick of electrolyte copper covering to the detector inside the active inside the PB shell is added in order to eliminate or reduce the characteristics fluorescence X-ray produced by the PB shell. After we designed this shielding to measurement the gamma ray spectroscopy, to measurement the concentration by the gamma ray spectroscopy, we published a paper in Nuclear Engineering and Technology, and this journal, it is very important and it is very good for publishing this type of field of the shielding. Sample counting. Gamma ray spectroscopy is used to determine the concentration of radionuclide in air samples. Filter of air samples are placed at a midpoint of the wall detector type. Here is, if you look at here, at 2.5 centimeter from the bottom of the inside the active shielded volume and measured for the counting of 60,000 seconds. The naturally occurring radionuclide concentration considered in the present analysis of the measured gamma ray spectra such as leads and bismuth, actinium, and potassium, as shown in this figure, is a typical spectrum of the sample after subtracted from the background via software Maestro analysis. Concentration of each radionuclide we can calculate it from this equation, C equal of the becquerel per meter cubic equal to activity in becquerel per flow rate multiple time of the sample, multiple efficiency. The activity we can measure from the gamma ray spectroscopy, and the other part, volume, we can determine from the sampler pump. The activity concentration of the radionuclide of air samples in millibecquerel per meter cubic are present in this table, and this table that our data for 2 seasons, in dry season and wet season, for the 4 location. And if you look at to the figure here, the figure is very clear to explain the activity concentration of the summer. It is greater than the activity concentration of wet season. And the discussion of this reason we will explain in the next slide. Our results we will compare to the another result reported from some other location of the Iraq and world. For example, we will take for cesium, the activity concentration of cesium is 1.78 for dry season, and for wet season also the 1.78 millibecquerel per meter cubic. Our activity concentration is more than the all activity concentration reported from other location in the world, except in Iraq from Baghdad. Discussion. At traffic light location, we get higher activity concentration of lead 214 in air samples compared to the other location in all season. It may be attributed to the rate of sudden increases of vehicle in Doha, since PB 214 is a part of petroleum fuel used. The most probable reason of high activity of bismuth might be due to the presentation in the variety of chemical compound, and as it is one daughter of uranium-238 present in materials acquired from the earth crust, used in the production of cement, and its major use in building, industrial, and various construction in Doha. The average radioactivity value of leads and actinium in 4 locations in summer and in dry season are higher than in winter season and in wet season. Since both radionuclides come from the thorium-232, then they can escape from the soil and ascend into the air by the effect of wind. The presence of the lead and actinium in atmosphere, dust, particle, and virtually all other types of geological materials and the smoke of vehicles are the most probable reason of finding the activity in air of the traffic light location. We find that abundantly at the Doha City, there are a lot of buildings that use cement materials for construction. This is the most probable reason for finding potassium-40. The lowest value of the potassium-40 were observed in winter season in all locations for traffic light and street and residential and industrial area. This might be due to the big difference of the atmosphere between the dry and winter season, and in dry season grass emission burning. The activity concentration of cesium shows that no difference in both dry and rainy season. This might be due to its original sources and its transportation all around the world by the wind, as it is a volatile element. Since lead and bismuth radionuclide come from the radon-222, and this radon comes from the uranium series 238, and also from the radon-220, and this radon comes from the thorium series 232, which can escape from the soil and ascend into the air. It is not possible to get circular equilibrium with their parents. Conclusion.
Try to finish, please.
Yes, just the slides.
We are running out of time, please.
Okay. The results of activity concentration show that the regional or local variation in the distribution and availability of the natural radioactivity are related to the atmosphere condition and human intervention. The main sources of potassium is resuspension of the soil particle, and it is non-volatile element presented with sodium. This might experience with the winter and springtime with high moist vegetation. Potassium-14 levels are somehow lower, while since the atmosphere in summer and autumn in dry and hot. A lot of soil particle flies through the air by the act of wind. Also, the dry grass emission burning might be the possible reason for the high level in summer season. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Ali, for your very nice and important topics that you are talking about. I would just want to mention here that to the audience who joining us, please don't hesitate to write. If you have any question, please type your questions on the chat box or the question and answer box, so you have an opportunity to get answers on your questions at the end of all the speakers' talk. So I will move now to the second speaker, Dr. Parveen. Just I will give a short introduction on Dr. Parveen. Dr. Parveen, sorry. has completed her BSc bachelor degree and MSc from the Department of Environmental Sciences,
Jahangirnagar University.
Announcement, the incorrect announcement. Sorry, could you repeat it?
It's Jahangirnagar University.
Jahangirnagar, okay, University, thank you, Bangladesh. She has been awarded the PhD degree from the Graduate School of Environmental Sciences, Hokkaido University, Japan in 2019, with an educational background of PhD in Earth System Science, Organic Geochemistry, and an MSc in Environmental Sciences. She had committed a professional in environmental research and teaching. So far, she has published significant papers on synthesis of biodegradable packaging material, water treatment and monitoring, as well as atmospheric aerosols in tropical and tundra areas. To date, she has been published more than 17 papers in national, international journals with total citation of 242 and 10-hour index, 10H index, and contributed several chapters in books published by international publisher, mostly Elsevier and Springer. She presented the research in several international conferences in Japan and Australia. Currently, she has working an associated professor at the Department of Environmental Sciences, Jahangirnagar University. Dr. Parveen, you are welcome in Iraq, in Kurdistan region of Iraq, and the floor of yours. You are welcome. You can start your speech. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for giving me the chance to talk. As she said that I'm Dr. Parveen. So this work has been done along with me, another two co-author, Ms. Sumaya and Shofie Mohammad Tarek. And now I'm going to present this work. So the title of my work is The Abundance, Characteristics, and Variation of Microplastics and Different Commercial Feed Species from Bangladesh. So microplastics are the synthetic polymer particles having a size smaller than 5 millimeters. Generally, there are two types of microplastics. One is, we say, the primary microplastics, and another is secondary microplastics. So primary microplastics are usually the microbeads which was found in consumer products and the air busting pellets. And as for the secondary microplastics, these are the plastic debris originating from photo or chemical degradation process of larger particles like plastic wastage and lost feeding nets. Hence, we can say that microplastics are the anthropogenic pollutant that accumulate in marine and freshwater ecosystems globally. So now, how the microplastics accumulate in the marine and freshwater ecosystems? Like, if you see in this figure, when we throw different types of plastic waste in the aquatic ecosystems, this plastic waste undergoes chemical or photochemical degradation or mechanical degradation and converted to smaller particles like microplastics. Then the fishes or other aquatic species ingested these microplastics. In this way, these microplastics are accumulated in the gastrointestinal systems and the other body parts of the aquatic species. So why the microplastics in fish is a global concern? Why we need to identify? Because if we find microplastics in the body of fish, it indicates microplastic pollution in aquatic ecosystems. And once the fishes and other aquatic species ingest the microplastics, this leads to physical injury like internal blockage, injury of the digestive tract of the fishes. And there are lots of plasticizers that are used in the plastics to make it flexible. These plasticizers causes toxicity to fish tissues. And if we consume this fish, eventually it causes toxicity to us also. And if we found the microplastics in the fish, It revealed the presence of plastics in our food chain too. Hence, it's important to identify or assess the microplastic abundance in the fishes. So as for the marine fishes, already many studies have quantified the ingestion of microplastics by marine fishes. However, relatively limited work has been done on the microplastic abundance in the freshwater fishes and other biota. And our knowledge of the abundance of microplastic in the freshwater environment and its impact on fauna is still very limited. So it's important to assess the microplastic abundance in the freshwater fish species. So as for Bangladesh, maybe many of the studies shows that there are many solid waste problem in Bangladesh, and this photo shows the plastic waste in the river of Bangladesh. So despite the presence of enormous plastic waste in the freshwater ecosystem of Bangladesh and having a high possibility of microplastic contamination, to the best of our knowledge, there are limited or no scientific work on the microplastic pollution in the freshwater and effects on the subtropical fishes. Hence, the objective of our study is to address the occurrence of microplastic in the gastrointestinal tract of fish from freshwaters in and around the capital of Bangladesh. And the specific aim of my work is to compare the content of microplastics among different species of fish from different feeding habitat, like the bottom layer, middle layer, surface layer of the water body, and to identify the relationship of microplastic ingestion with fish with body weight and length of the fishes. And finally, to identify the characteristics of microplastic presence through photographic and other polymeric characterizations. So to fulfill these objectives, we have purchased many fish samples from 2 big fish markets located in the capital of Bangladesh. Generally, in those fish markets, the fish are actually caught from the rivers in and around the Dhaka cities and transported to the fish markets. So you can infer this fish comes from these rivers which are in and situated around the Dhaka city. Hence, after purchasing this fish from the local market, we have immediately transported to our lab. And these are some selected photographs of the fishes that we purchased for identification. Total, we have purchased 48 fish spanning 18 species. So after purchasing and transporting to our lab, we have dissected the fish and separated the gastrointestinal tract of the fishes. Then we have digestion of the fish gut using potassium hydroxides, and after the proper digestions to separating the other polymer particle and the other organic debris, because in potassium hydroxide, plastics never dissolves, but the other content of the water dissolves. So after the digestions, we have filtered this undissolved content using Whartman glass fiber microfiber filters. So in this fiber filters, we can collect the microplastics. So and then after that, we dried the filter containing the microplastics and visually identified these microplastics using stereo microscope and quantified the microplastics. After that, we have again visually identified using scanning electron microscope and to identify that which type of plastic polymer are present in the fish gut, we have done the polymer identification using the FTIR microscopes. So here is our results. As we said that first, after the digestion and proper filtration, we have identified the microplastics using the stereo microscope. Here are some figure of the microplastics. It shows the fibers, some kind of fibers. And these are some stereo microscopic images, shows some fragments, foam, and filaments. And then we quantified how many microplastics are found in the fishes. So this figure shows the abundance of microplastics in the freshwater fishes of Bangladesh in the different fish species. Among the different fish species, the Mistus vitatus, these fish consume microplastics in the highest concentrations. And we found that microplastics found in the gastrointestinal tract of the 73% of the all examined fish samples, which is relatively higher than previously reported studies in other regions of the world. And then we identified that which sizes, which morphotypes and color of microplastics are mainly abundant in those fishes. We found that the sizes 500 micrometers to 1 millimeters, these sizes of microplastics are mainly found in the gut of the fishes of Bangladesh, and most of the microplastics are fibers. And 43% of microplastics are transparent in color. And then many authors have queried that which factors actually mainly affect the microplastic ingestion by the fish species, like fish body weight and length, or feeding habitat of fishes, or environmental plastic abundance. Which factor is the dominant? So to find out the answer of this question, at first we do empirical correlations of the fish body weight and length with microplastic ingestions. However, we could not find any significant correlations between the body length or body weight with microplastics in fishes. So this indicates that microplastic abundance in the fishes is not made directly related to the body weight or length. Rather, it depends on the plastic pollution on the water body. Further, we've tried to find out that among the different zones of a water body, fishes from which feeding zone ingest microplastics in highest quantities, like fishes from demersal, I mean the bottom layer fishes, or the middle layers, or the upper layer fishes. And we found that fishes from the bottom layer ingest microplastic in the highest quantities, and then the middle layers. So this indicates that sediment beneath the water is a sink of microplastics, and therefore the demersal and benthic fish may have exposed to more microplastics than the upper layer fishes. So now we need to think out that how the microplastics forms from the larger plastic particles or plastic waste. And to find out these answers, we screened the identified microplastic surface using scanning electron microscope. And the two figures shows the ACM images of the fiber particles, and these two figures shows the ACM image of the fragment particles. And if you focus in these figures, you can see that some flakes are found in the fiber particles, and some oxidation flakes and some adhering particles are found in the fragment particles. So these flakes, scratches, grooves, and these adhering particles in the surface of the fiber and fragment microplastics indicate the mechanical weathering, oxidative weathering, and aging of the plastic polymers. Like when we throw the plastic waste in the water or other bodies, these particles undergo different types of weathering and form these fibers or fragments. And eventually, fishes ingest those particles. And now, to find out that which type of plastic polymers are mainly found in the fish gastrointestinal tract. For this, we examined these microplastic polymers using FTIR spectroscopy and found that mainly the high density polyethylene, polypropylene, polyethylene copolymer, and ethylene vinyl acetate. These types of polymer are mainly found in the gastrointestinal tract of the freshwater fishes of Bangladesh. Hence, we can conclude that among the different 18 species which we have identified, 107 plastic particles were detected from the gastrointestinal tract of 33 species, spanning 15 species. And we found medium-sized plastic particles as most abundant. And the microplastics found in the gastrointestinal tract of the collected fishes are mainly high-density polyethylene, polypropylene, polyethylene copolymer, ethylene vinyl acetate, with likely sources being urban waste and consumer uses. And the demersal fishes had high plastic ingestion rate than the pelagic and benthopelagic fishes, and proliferation of the plastic waste in water mainly the major factor which control the microplastic ingestion by the fishes. And our findings will help to aware people that which freshwater fishes and fishes from which feeding zone are more contaminated with microplastic to human consumption in Bangladesh. So thank you all for listening my study. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Parveen. You finished on time. Thank you so much. And also your presentation sounds excellent for me. I enjoyed a lot in your presentation. Very important information, and it adds a lot to our knowledge. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So let's move to the third speaker, Dr. Anwar. Okay, Dr. Anwar, sorry. Dr. Anwar is a researcher and innovator. She worked on many research and innovations and participated in some of them in international competitions where she was awarded first place by the organization Peace, first for the project to purify air through renewable energy, especially solar energy. She has also participated in many international and local conferences as speakers, most notably 5 virtual conferences for scientific research and innovation, as well as the Conference on Physics Without Borders and the Conference on Fun Physics. She has many testimonials. And I don't know, DL Amago, many languages of software and graphic design, sorry. I see she seeks to spread the idea that science is fun and that will make us the first in many life and industrial fields, because science is the foundation of everything. All the research and the projects she has submitted and worked on are now of her own creativity and design, as she seeks to find all new and also to seek the discovery of the unknown. You are welcome, Dr. Anwar, and the floor of yours. You can start your speech, please. Thank you.
Okay, the first thing, hello everyone, good afternoon. Hello. Thanks for kind introduction. First of all, I would like to thank all of organizers and attending the wonderful conference. Today is the third and last, but I really hope that I will have the opportunity and attend next year as well. I got to know many doctors and professors and many pioneering people in many fields. And now I will start to talk about my research. Okay, I will share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Okay, my unlimited and air purification with renewable energy, especially solar energy. This is my name is research.
But Dr. Shaheen, could you see where is the problem? Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now all of the speaker you show, yeah? I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As we all know, better pollution is as confident interaction, and without forget the problem is conferring on friction pollution, such as skin allergen, eye allergen, and wait.
I don't know, but please, doctor, it's not very clear. The
I know.
screen is not very clear. I don't know why, but
Okay, wait, please.
Anwar,
Yeah,
this participant, the most youngest participant in a conference ever.
thank you.
okay.
How old are you?
Okay, I'm 17 years.
Wow.
Great. Then what's the problem with your presentation?
I don't know, really, I don't know.
I think
Do you want to present a video?
it's now good. I think it's good.
Okay. If there's no problem, you just can run your hi Anwar. Hi. Yes. So
Okay.
please go ahead. If you face any troubles, just let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Go ahead, Dr.
But
Anwar.
I need this slide. It's very important for my explain.
So, where is the problem?
I don't know. Just one moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's good.
Okay.
Yep.
So you need to share your screen and you share the PowerPoint, Anwar. You are sharing your screen with us, but we are seeing only the presentation or the video, maybe the browser. Then you need to minimize it and try to maximize your PowerPoint presentation so you can see your slides and just go to the slideshow and show your presentation.
Okay, I will try this.
Yes, please. Okay. Is this your presentation what you are trying to open or not? Anwar?
Yeah, oh my god. What is this?
Yeah, okay, this is your desktop?
Yeah, this is my desktop.
Okay, why you are not minimizing the browser and not opening your PowerPoint?
I don't know. Okay, this.
Then just follow my instructions, please. I'm trying to help you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What is this?
Dr. Suad, who is the next speaker?
Me?
You. So you may your presentation while Anwar is trying to fix the problem.
It's okay. You are welcome.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
stop sharing now.
Okay. Then.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Then
so
I'm. Mm-hmm.
sorry. Sorry?
Dr. Ziad, are you there to present Dr. Suad to the audience, please?
It's okay. I can introduce myself. It's okay, no problem.
Great. Then great. Thank you. Thank you for your kind help. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Suad Yusuf Al-Qas with you from University of The Hague, College of Pharmacy. My topic entitled, I don't know. Okay. My presentation is entitled Health Conditions of the Internal Displaced People in Sharia and Khanki Collective Towns, The Hague Governorate, Kurdistan region of Iraq. I will give you just a background on the topic. As you all many know that global figures of internally displaced persons, the IDPs number are enormous as a result of wars and violence due to religious and ethnic conflicts. The Hague Governorate lies at the western side of Kurdistan region of Iraq, bordering with Turkey, Syria, in addition to Mosul as well. This geographic position has placed the Hague Governorate as the principal shelter for Syrian refugees fleeing the conflicts in the northern areas of Syria in 2012, as well as for families displaced after the fall of Mosul in 2014. After the fall of Sinjar in August 2014, The Hague received large numbers of Yazidi IDPs, often fleeing and transiting through the Sinjar Mountains and Syria before settling in the Hague Governorate. The objective of this study to shed a light on the health status of the IDPs living in Sharia and Khanki villages located around the Hague city, since they have limited access to healthcare facilities, services, and supplies. The internally displaced persons are persons or groups of people who have been forced or obliged to leave their places of habitual residence or homes, in particular as a result of or in order to avoid the effects of armed conflicts, situations of generalized violence. Global reports indicated that the number of displaced people by conflict and violence has increased since, on the average, around 5 million have been displaced annually in the last 13 years, particularly in the Middle East. As of December 2015, the global estimate of the IDPs due to the conflicts was around 40 million. According to GRID 2016, 3/4 of these IDPs were resized in 10 countries of the world, and one of these is located in the mid and north of Iraq cities. The public health systems as well as humanitarian organizations are found overwhelmed by the humanitarian crisis we are facing since 2014 to present days. So in order to help the IDPs in the field of health science, since they have a variety of needs combined with poor access to professional help and information, a team of lecturers and students of the College of Pharmacy offered pharmaceutical assistance to the community, helping the communities in the following. Firstly, the diagnosis of diabetes and high blood pressure, explaining about the correct use of medications, and the community had the opportunity to attend seminars about healthcare during a pregnancy, snake and scorpion poisoning, healthy eating, among others. The present article is just focused on their health condition concerning the blood sugar and blood pressure results obtained during our visits to the communities. Materials and methods. A total of 80 fasting subjects of different ages distributed as 80 males and 62 females from Sharia village, and a total of 77 distributed as 8 males and 69 females from Khanki village were participated in this study. The respondents were asked to provide information regarding their age, gender, educational level, occupation, past medical history, and medications under use. A descriptive statistical measure, frequency, and percentage were used to see the general pattern of fasting blood sugar and blood pressure of the participants. Blood glucose was measured using the glucometer, and blood pressure was measured by using the standard sphygmomanometer. The systolic blood pressure of less than or equal to 120 millimeter mercury and of diastolic blood pressure of less than or equal to 80 were considered as normal results, whereas higher than the mentioned numbers were considered as hypertensive, according to 2011. According to WHO, the results of fasting plasma glucose were considered as the following. Normal when fasting plasma glucose is less than 5.6 millimole per liter, which is equal to 100 milligram per deciliter. Pre-diabetic when fasting plasma glucose range between more than or equal to 6.1 millimole per liter, which is equal to 110 milligram per deciliter, and less than 7 millimole per liter, which is equal to 126 milligram per deciliter. And diabetic when fasting plasma glucose is equal or more than 7 millimole per liter, which is equal to 126 milligram per deciliter. The results. The results shows that, as you see in the table, that among the total 80 participants from Sharia village, there were 32.5% of the participants were hypertensive, 8.7% were pre-diabetic, and 12.5% were diabetic. Regarding Khanki village, around 12.9% they are hypertensive, 14.2% pre-diabetic, and 7.7% they are diabetic. Unfortunately, all of the above mentioned patients discovered at that moment that they had high blood sugar and high blood pressure. Before that, they had absolutely no idea about their condition. Discussion. In this study, glucose assessment was performed using point-of-care testing devices which analyze whole blood, whereas most lab methods analyze plasma. And there is a rule saying that point-of-care testing blood glucose monitoring is especially susceptible to errors due to pre-analytical, analytical, and post-analytical effects, according to Nicholas 2002. So it was expected that the real result will be much higher than the mentioned results, according to our assessment. There is commonly an 11% difference between whole blood glucose and results from plasma methods. A late start of antihypertensive treatments, inadequate control of blood pressure, and or the type of therapy employed, in addition to an incomplete and simultaneous coverage of the different simultaneous components of the global cardiovascular risk, could account for the worse prognosis in the hypertensive population. conclusion, it was concluded that high percentage of the internal displaced person in samples taken from Sharia and Khanki villages were diagnosed as either pre-diabetic, diabetic, or hypertensive, and they had no idea about that up to that moment. So the finding of this study revealed an important need to provide the IDPs with their rights and essential needs of health care. I will try to show you some pictures taken on our visits to the to Sharia and Khanki villages. You can see from the picture here how blood pressure and blood sugar, how they can be assayed by the point of care testing tools and the sphygmomanometer. Our students did that. In addition, the lecturers, our lecturers, team of lecturers joined us, and here, as you see, she tried to give an advice to the participants on the correct use of medications. In addition, here another lecturer also clarified the correct use of medications and pharmaceutical assistance. In this picture, we will try to show them how we can prepare a homemade cough syrup from natural products, just to on it, they can prepare it on their home. In addition, we will try also to clarify how to recycle the oil and prepare from the used oil to prepare soaps. As you see here, we will clarify how to show them. In addition to shampoo, using preparation of shampoo will be from natural products. And here are our products. Thank you very much for listening. And I'm very happy. If anyone have any question, I'm ready to answer you. Thank you. Hello. Okay. So now the last speaker will be Dr. Anwar. If you are ready to present your work, please.
Okay, I'm sorry for the delay, but no, I haven't tried opening. Is on our PowerPoint. I don't know how mistakes.
Okay.
So Anwar, are you ready there?
Yep, I guess.
Okay, then you may share your screen, please.
Okay.
Yes. And also you should unmute yourself. And if you like, you can also turn on your camera.
Okay.
Yes, now you share your screen, please.
I guess mistakes about internet.
Okay, no problem. Just share your screen. There is a green icon on your screen called Share Screen. Just click it.
I click it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, turn off your camera if you have a problem in your internet. Just turn it off and focus more on your presentation.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, and more. We cannot see.
Here.
Okay, I know, but we cannot see anything on our screen. Did you share it?
I will stop my video and I was showing again.
So could you play the video? I think it's better.
Yeah, I think too. But she should share her screen at any.
Sure.
Hello, Anwar. I think she's okay. Yes, Anwar.
Anwar. Anwar.
Oh. I really want her to make her presentation just to encourage the very young researchers to attend and participate in such events. I mean, it's Women in Science, and we used to prove that the women are have the power, are strong enough to be in such challenge as in the science and the research.
Yeah,
so
totally.
Yeah. Yes, Anwar. Well, I think she even left the session. She might back. Okay, Dr. Saad, we might go with the discussion, maybe through the chat if our attendances post question to the panelists. So yeah, even in the Q&A, I think I see there is a question.
There are many.
Yes. So one is being answered by Dr. Parveen. Great, typing by typing the answer, but the rest we can start immediately our discussion. And then if we have Anwar, we will listen to her presentation at the end. Otherwise, then we can wrap up.
Unfortunately. Okay.
Yeah. The floor is yours. Yes, please.
Thank you. Okay, now we move to take your questions, dear audience. Now we have many questions. We are going to answer one by one, but please, other audience, anyone have any more questions, please don't hesitate to type your questions in the question and answers or in the chat box. So the first question is directed to Dr. Parveen. From Dr. Nafisa. She said, I was fascinated by your talk. I am assistant professor from chemical engineering. I would love to chat about your research on microplastics. So this is Dr. Nafisa. You can open your mic, please, Dr. Parveen.
Hello.
Hello.
It's nice to hear from the audience. So, okay, I will communicate with Dr. Nafisa. And if she wants to know, okay, we can also make collaborations.
Thank you. Secondly, from all know what are the implications? There's a question says, what are the implications of these microplastics in food chain as well as human health?
Okay, actually, more than of the plastics are accompanied by hazardous monomers, additives, and chemical byproducts. So these diverse types of microplastics in the subtropical fishes might have hazardous substance and causing potential public health impact. So consumption of the urban areas freshwater fish could be a direct route of human exposure to microplastics of the densely populated country like Bangladesh. Because when plastic have the toxic different chemicals the fishes consumes, obviously fishes have so many impact, and even you ingested these fishes, that means you are also ingesting these toxic chemicals, so the toxicity transfer to human being too.
It's look like a circle.
Yes.
From the fish to human. Yeah, thank you so much. Also, from Dr. Nafisa, any thoughts for further analysis on water bodies for microplastics? Also, any mitigation strategies in mind? She wanted also, please contact me at Nafisa, her email was typed on chat, so please try to take her email for further information. So now the question you can answer, sorry.
Okay, like this work we already have submitted in the Science of the Total Environment, and already we got some positive reviews, hope to revise soon. And as we have planned for further another work, but because of the COVID-19 situation, at this moment we can't start, but we are planning to do some further analysis. And as for the mitigation strategies, actually, we are identifying the problem. So
Yeah.
we can transfer the message to the policy makers. Okay, please aware the people like not to throw the plastic waste here and there. It have that type of impact, and these kind of fishes ingested more microplastics. So try to avoid these kind of fishes. So we can suggest the policymakers or people for the
And
mitigation.
Most of the pollutants will be the heavy metals, especially. Most of them, it's highly dangerous for a human. Okay, thank you for your answer. From Dr. Pervin, okay.
I have already replied to them.
Okay, you answered also. Thank you. Is there any other question? Dr. Grace, why were so few males included in the study, and where? Yeah, it's this question directed to me. Why were so few males included in this study, and were there any gender differences in the incidence of blood pressure and diabetes? Thank you for your question. Yes, because our visit is, we told them just we want the females to participate in our study. But when they came, the males went, we didn't tell them, no, we cannot assay blood pressure or blood glucose for you. So we included them in the study. But our just they are directed toward the females. That's why the number of males is very much lower than the females in our study. But we can know that differences, gender differences in the incidence of blood pressure. I don't know, because there is the number of females are very high, where the number of males included very low. That's why I cannot compare right now, but maybe in the future. Thank you for your question. Any other question, please? Dr. Anwar wasn't joined again. Any other question, please? There isn't, I think. No more questions. Just I will try to welcome Dr. Ziad, and I will introduce Dr. Ziad to the audience. Let me just take 1 minute, 2 minutes to introduce Dr. Ziad to you, to the speakers and the audience, please. So Dr. Ziad, Dr. Ziad Abdelaziz Al-Yusuf. He has a bachelor from Damascus University and PhD from Russia, Peterburg doctorate in philosophy of geography, geography of economic and social and political science since 1995. He has working in Libya, Tahadi University in Third City, and he has working in Duhok and Zaho University currently. He was a supervisor of many on many departments, and was a member in International Geography Conference, the first and the second one. You are welcome, Dr. Ziad. Okay, nothing more? No one want to add something? So I think it's time to finish, to end our session.
Yeah, I may ask the panelists to turn on their cameras so we can take a photo of it.
Okay. Please.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you.
Then... Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your attendance. Thank you, Dr. Saad, for running this session.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Miss Dr. Anwar, we are excited to hear from her. Unfortunately,
yeah. I really wanted her to be in, and she able to make her presentation, but I think she had a technical problem, and I can understand that maybe because of the public speech, then she could be in the pressure. Even she know how to do it, but she's kind of forget how to make it.
Yeah, if she could send it to me or you, then we can share it.
Yeah, that was also an option, but it's fine. I think her abstract will still be in the book, so readers might go through and have an idea of her work. Although, I mean, with her existence, we could ask her and having some discussion, more details further than the abstract, but still it's okay.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you for guiding this session, Dr. Saad. Thank you also for Dr. Ziad.
Thank you so much for your kind support.
Yeah.
Thank you all to our speakers today, and for taking the time to share your work. I would like to thank my co-moderator, Dr. Ziad, for moderating with me. And we would like also together to thank all the participants of the attendees to this session. If anyone have any question, please don't hesitate to post via email. If it's not ready now, you can send us an email about any question, and we can answer you. We are happy to answer you. Thank you very much. Okay, it's very nice to meet you, dear speakers. It's my pleasure to meet such scientists like you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So,
Bye-bye.